Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap. Tonight's guest is Mr. Jeff Hernandez. But before we get to Jeff, how's Cousin Donnie feeling?
Cousin Donnie's great, Jim. Excited to be on the show this week. Jibbs, luckily enough, we got him on tonight. Last week we had some technical difficulties with him, but he's here tonight. He's excited. Hopefully you guys are excited to talk with Jibbs a little bit. It's been a good week.
And cheers to all the Americans out there for making America great again. Okay, I got my red cup. Well, I call it my can. Mr. Carlos
those are good,
himself.
Those are good.
Yes, they are. So
you have those at the bar?
Yes, I do.
Those are very good. I can see those.
Better watch out, Uncle Jimmy getting in shape. I'm gonna be stealing more bases next season.
Hey, now I think you led the league in bases stolen over the last 5 years, so it can only go up from there.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's onto my tricks though, but I have some new things this off season that I'm gonna work on.
Yeah. So we had the Dome started yesterday in Rosemont. We got started with our season. Jimmy, so Hex plays tonight. Does it feel weird not being on the field with the Hex guys?
Yeah, you know what? It is kind of weird a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, considering I've been with them for the last 5 years. So you know what? I didn't even know they didn't play. Or I didn't even know they were playing tonight until you said something. Richie never even told me. And then,
that's bad. That's bad. That's a bad breakup between you two. You guys must be not talking, sleeping in separate rooms.
He mentioned it earlier. Later this afternoon, he mentioned it when I saw him. So, but up until that, when I talked to you this morning, I had no clue. I actually forgot that they were even running that small league out in Rosemont.
Yep. 6 teams in there. Frank Jekyll put it together. I saw him last night. He's excited about how night 1 went. We played Fat Kids. We were victorious in our game. And then on the other diamond, March played Frank Jekyll's team with, I think they're called the Dummies.
Okay. I'm losing you, Donnie. So we're having a little technical difficulties with Donnie. So Donnie's going to get out and get back on. Just want to get out to the crowd really fast while Donnie's working his side of things. Just want to say hello to some of the chats or people that are coming in. We'll mention some comments. Welcome, John. Welcome, Delano Prince. Welcome, Jim. Welcome, Mr. Morosevich, Michael Moji. Joel Anthony, Mr. John Leonard. Welcome. Joel Anthony, like I mentioned. Mary Patterson, Luke, Grimler, Dean Pritt, Alex, welcome. Angelo, Feliciano, welcome. Vernon Jones, Will, welcome. We also have a comment from Manuel that the Turkey Bowl is coming soon. Yes, it is. Luke, can we still sign up for your draft night? Yes, Luke. The cutoff is not for another month. So the tournament in the Dome, so while Donnie's trying to figure out his side of things right now before I bring Donnie back on, the actual tournament is going to be December 13th. And so we're planning on doing the draw, as we would say, the draw and the draft the week prior. So I'm going to throw out a December 3rd cutoff line on that, which is about a month away. As of this morning, I had 57 people registered for the tournament. So we need to get above 80 to have 8 teams. If we don't, well, then we can get to 60. We'll have 6 teams. So very, very cool things going on with that tournament. All the proceeds, we mentioned we're going to be donating the proceeds to a charity. We actually decided we are going to donate the proceeds to the Keith Filkins family based on, well, numerous reasons, obviously, why we chose it. But unfortunately, I was unable to make the event this past Sunday for being out of town. So I felt the best way for me to give back is by donating the money raised from the tournament. And what we do, obviously, we gotta pay umps, we gotta buy balls, but whatever's left over, I'm not taking a penny for the dome. We are donating every penny to the Keith Filkins family for that night. So I think that's a pretty cool thing. Us softball people usually stick together, come together in situations like that. Donnie, you're back on. I was just talking about the December 13th.
How do I sound? Okay.
You sound great. So
okay,
you look great
thanks.
too. But yeah. So, but December 13th, we were just talking about that and how it's going to work. As we sit today, like I said, we're around 57 individuals signed up, which is awesome. We are moving up. I know we had a couple. Mr. Bobby Ronald signed up today. So
big time.
Another legend.
A legend.
Bobby Ronald.
A legend.
Yes. We had a couple of the Pac-Man kids from the South Side. I like that. I like to see them stepping up.
Very
I'm
good.
going to try to get both brothers to sign up. I'm going to try to get some of the Savage guys to sign up. Got to throw a shout out to my Savage boys on the South Side.
You do like
By
those
the way,
guys. They won
another Friday night league in Tinley Park this past Friday night. So congrats to the Savage team. Want to throw them a shout. They do, most of those guys come with me on the March trip. So, which is awesome, right? And the March trip is run by CJ, and I believe we had a birthday in the CJ family. And so this past week, and I'm going to go ahead and play this video right now because this is an incredible video. Okay.
What do you got cooking up with
it? This is great. So it was a birthday in the CJ
Your
family.
Birthday! Your birthday! Your birthday! Happy birthday! It is your birthday! It is your birthday! It is your birthday! Happy birthday! Your birthday!
I gotta play it one more time.
Your birthday! Your birthday! Happy birthday!
So our boys stay.
It is your birthday! It is your birthday! It is your birthday! Happy birthday!
That's groovy, man. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And by the way, we had a couple softball birthdays, and we actually have one today. Your boy Steven Rodriguez, happy birthday.
Steve-O. That's my guy, Steve-O.
Also, my guy Richie Rico. Okay,
Richie Rico, another good guy.
Richie Rico, happy birthday. All right.
Great day for softball birthdays.
Yes. So I figured no better than to play Staples. Okay. And look at CJ's lovely family there with Staples.
I know. That's wonderful. Good for you, Jim. Way to bring a little light to the softball birthdays. I think that could be a new segment. Whenever we're live, we get people shouts out on their birthday. That's great. I like that a lot. That's good.
So I wanted to show this too because there was another Dave Padilla, Mr. Staples himself, sighting. So before we get to Jibbs, I want to talk about Dave Padilla really quick. Dave Padilla where is he at? And what is he taking a picture of in the selfie? Is it the beach? I mean, what do you think Dave Padilla is doing in this situation?
He's missing the entire water. I mean, he's on the beach and it got none of the water. Do you think he just wanted to have a picture of that woman's bare back behind him over his left shoulder there? What? I don't get it.
And it looks like you got like Pops and his family up to the left up there enjoying the sun. I mean, you got.
When was this photo taken?
Dude, it was sent to me, and it is. You know how things are just. I don't know, you know. And then a couple hours later, I see Dave Padilla here, and I don't understand. Look at him in the back, Mr. Staples himself, dude. He's just a celebrity, man. I mean, he just gets around. I mean, what can you say about Staples? You know, what can you say?
What can't you say about Staples? That is unbelievable. Where?
Hey, if he's out there, you know I find him, Donnie. Okay,
I love that. People send you photos of this guy doing random shit, and that's so funny to me. That makes me so
All
happy.
right, so before we bring on Jeff, because we're a couple minutes away from bringing on Jibbs, I want to get out to the chat. We had a ton of people jump on. Want to say hello to Jesus. I want to say hello to Jake, Jason. How do you pronounce EPL?
Oh, here we go. I got you.
Elite.
Look, so I was looking at this, right? If it left dad and that's so backwards, that is Felipe Trinidad.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So Felipe Trinidad, welcome. Jason, Jeff Paws, Bill, Justin Ryan. Oh, Justin Ryan, welcome, Justin. Adam Olson, Daniel Jr., Chris Pohanka, Maddox, Nick, Tom Gleason, Mr. Tom himself, Andrew, Vern. Oh, Vern's a lone guy. So Vern used to play on my bench team. So shout out to Vern. Kenny Jones, Chris Bell, Rob, Mr. Bobby Ronald himself joining the show.
Legend.
And Kevin Jones. I want to throw out some shots of those people. Trinidad actually made a comment in the thing, but before we get to the comments, let's bring on Jibbs. All right. Let's bring on Jibbs here. Let's get Jibbs on the show. Are you ready for Jibbs, Donnie?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Jibbs, what's up?
Hey, I'm
There's
on.
our man Jibbs. What's
You made
up,
it.
Figured it out.
He did
took me
it.
a week to figure it out, but I'm on.
Hey, dude.
He made it.
Hey, you know, like I said, this technology stuff, Jibbs, for people your age is tough. You know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
We got it, dude.
Like my man Bobby Jr. says, no brains, no headaches, right?
He does always say that. That is pretty clever what he says. I love what he says. Richie Barron used to say that all the time too.
He's full of good sayings like that, isn't he? I always hear him say some stuff that I never heard anyone say before.
Yeah, great one-liners. The only problem is he repeats them over and over. So you know it's coming.
So Jibbs, obviously, welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. We appreciate you being our guest tonight, even though it took a week to get you on. We definitely appreciate it. But we start every guest with kind of like, tell us about yourself. Tell us about Jeff Hernandez, how you got started in softball. If you can remember all the teams you played for, give us a rundown on what you and how you started in the game.
Just real quick though, first, Jimmy, if it's okay. First of all, thank you for having me. And then secondly, I want to send a shout out to Caitlin Filkins, and hope she's does a lot better, and hope she's doing well in the family. And they had the fundraiser for on Sunday over at Bucks, and I stopped over there for an hour or so. I said hello to everybody, and great how the softball community comes together and pulls together for a great cause for a great family. And nice seeing a lot of players I used to play with a long time ago and tell some stories. And it was really, really cool. So just wanted to send a shout out and prayers to them.
You know what? Thank you. And I know I was out of town. I couldn't make Sunday, but we did choose the charity that we're going to raise money for the December 13th tournament. And we are going to donate all the money to the Filkins family that we raise for December 13th. So I haven't even told the family. We just broke the news tonight. So I think, we're going to probably raise, if I had a guess, at least if we get 80, 90 people, we're going to raise over $1,200 to $1,500 that night. Plus, once they start getting sponsors and other things, we could raise a fortune for that family in a one-night thing, which I think would be incredible. To your point, Jeff, always giving back to the family. We're a fraternity, and that's how we look at it. So I appreciate definitely you bring that up, and it's a huge shout out to the Filkins family. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Great, like I said, great people, great family, and known him forever. Uh, uh, Even before softball, I knew Keith and everything, and I said my heart goes out to him and the family and the daughter, and I hope everything works out. I say a prayer, light a candle every night. So
Yep.
uh,
Awesome.
uh, with that being said, uh, I'm a little bit different. I just played park ball when I was young. I didn't even know about Forest Park, Mount Prospect, and everything till, geez, I'm gonna say I was probably close to 30. So I played hardball till I was in my mid 20s. I still played a lot of ice hockey, so I didn't have a lot of time to commit to teams. So I just jumped around and played on neighborhood teams and mostly park, Smith Park, Pulaski Park, Humboldt Park. Back in the day, Washington Park. I used to play out by Cabrini Green, Robert Taylor Homes. Um, Actually, at the Hall of Fame dinner last week, I was talking with Juice, and we were talking about playing by Robert Taylor Homes and the projects. And there used to be a old Oscar Mayer factory by Division in Sedgwick, and used to play in there and just cut bottles and glass all over and just slide. And that's how I played. And yeah, it's just crazy. And then a couple teams started seeing me, and then I started playing a little bit in Berwyn, Cicero, and then never committed to a team though because I was just too busy, and I was still my past. I used to run the streets a lot, and I never could commit at a young age. And uh, but I used to hook up with like some of the gambler guys and play with them on the weekends, and then I got to know guys that way, and then uh, started meeting the Flash guys. I started meeting Alfredo and Johnny Marnell, and then play with the base bums for a little bit with PK and Kenny Jones and those guys, Jimmy DeFalco. We had a good
Yeah.
time. Yeah, because I played A. I didn't commit to A, but I probably played in 4 A nationals before I played with Flash. Played with Luciano's and
Yep.
Gillies. I played with Gillies with Ralphie and Scotty, and that was a fun team. Mikey O'Malley. And then I met the Flash crew, and it was like a perfect fit. I just to meet Eki and Raf and those guys and go away for a weekend in Iowa, and that was it. I was hooked. I was like, I'm Flash, and then I started playing with them and just had a blast and great memories. And then I just started playing Mount Prospect, Forest Park. But like I said, I was already about 30.
Yeah.
So I listened to Bobby and Randy talk and Berger. I mean, they were playing. You were all about the same age. I'm even actually a little bit older than them. But they were playing like right out of high school. Like 18, 19, they were playing.
Right.
So I was I didn't get on board until like till 12 years later. Nowadays the kids are retiring at 30.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true.
Ask a 30,
Good point.
yeah, ask a 30-year-old to play now. They'll be like, no, I'm done. I'm retired. I'm playing park ball, and my girl won't let me. My girlfriend won't let me. But
Hey, I remember
yeah, that
being
was it.
27, 26 on the Flash team with you guys. We were Maxim for a year, then Flash. And I tell you, when we were on those teams, if you missed, remember, like it was just different. And now when you look at the young kids now, they miss whenever they want, and and we've talked about that a lot on the show with commitment. But
Yeah.
it's so weird how different it is from when I started to what it is now. So I can only imagine your side from where you started to where it is now too. So it's just
Yeah,
it's
and I try not to be that guy
yeah,
where back in the day, but I
yeah,
try not to be that guy. I try to evolve and communicate with the young guys and see what they're going through now, and uh, it's different. You got to evolve, you got to change. You got to change with the times. You got you can't be that old timer guy and be like, oh, back in the, if you did this, this is my way. You can't do that. I have no team.
Right.
I have no team by June. This fucking old guy's crazy, and I'll quit.
They stuck with you this far. You made it this
Yeah.
far.
So, just change with the time, and it is what it is. We got a cool team going now, and a good group of guys, and not only talented, but they're all good kids, and play. Just play hard. I don't really ask for a whole lot. I really don't get on guys. And they might have different stories, but it is what it is, man. It's life. You gotta enjoy what you do, regardless what you're doing. It's work, playing ball. If you want to just play park ball, hey man, my hat's off to you. As long as you're out there playing somewhere and keeping busy, staying active, working, putting food on the table for your family. Life's too short, man. It is what it is. And yeah.
My next question, really quick, before I head it over to Donnie, you kind of brought up your Flash guys, your Flash team. Tell me something about the Flash team that could be either your favorite thing or maybe like something that just comes to mind that you just are most proud of, or something along those lines. What's your favorite thing about Flash, or something that you're most proud of?
My current team?
Yes.
I'm very proud of a few things. Bobby, Shane, Denny, the older guys. Because we have a mixture right now. We got some really, really young guys, then we got some middle guys, then we got some older guys. And it's kind of how we take some of the guys under our wing and how we look after each other on and off the field, in the off season, during the season. And if somebody has a couple cocktails too much, we try to make sure everybody gets home safe and things like that. We always look out for one another. Very proud of that. I'm proud of how some of these guys, I got them at a young age, and now they turn into men, and they got families now. They got married. They got kids, and I'm proud to see them grow as men. Not even softball related, but just men. They all got, a lot of them got good jobs now. Like I said, they have kids. They married, and Ryan, I used to play with on the sideline, and Will, we painted my asses, when they were little kids, and then now they're both on the team, and that's cool. I have no kids, so when I look at them and I look at now Ralphie with Luke and Scotty's kids back when Scotty was with us, and now they're all grown up, and now they could drive us around when we're drunk.
So you had one pickup on your team that I want to say won almost every single tournament he was in last year, and that's JP. So JP was a hot commodity and a hot pickup for the team Flash. Can you give us a word about JP?
Oh, he learned from me and Bobby the best.
I knew that was coming.
He's my baby Wags.
Baby Wags, that's a great
Wags was my right hand man. I always leaned on him doing the book, and when you're doing all the substitutions, and especially when I was playing a lot more, I lose track sometimes.
Yeah.
So when I lean on him, he's like, "No, you can't do that. No, we already did that." It's like, oh shit, what do I do now? But he's a good dude, and he fits in. I really, honestly, I had a long talk with him after the season. I told him, I say, hey, listen, I get it if you want to go and either jump on another team or do a project, or want to get another team going, because I know he had the donuts. And then he's like, no, I'm perfectly happy. This is perfect. This is perfect. And he said he learned a lot from me and Bobby and stuff like that. And He's not leaving.
Yeah.
He liked
So,
winning too much to leave your team, Jibbs.
he had a great year.
He did. Everywhere he
And
went,
then
he went.
Yeah, and then even away from us when he was doing the side on the on the side, he was winning, and he loves that co-ed stuff. So
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he
co-ed
does.
king.
Oh yeah, he does that.
He loves.
So
He just loves the ladies. That's for sure.
yeah, I just thought.
My first question for you, Jibbs, kind of ties into that. You know, coaching a lot and being around the game but not in the game. How difficult is it for you? You know that Moji's the number one kind of starter, and then if Moji gets hit a little bit, then you go to Zoe. Where does that fall for you in terms of how bad you want to maybe be out there or feel as if you could still be out there handing the reins off to other people for them to be successful?
I try. You know, I can still go out there as long
For
as
sure.
as long as I'm physically
Mhm.
okay, and I'll never do anything to hurt the team for selfish reasons. Just because
Mhm.
I run the team, I'm going out there. I'm not like that. Anybody who's played with me
Mhm.
knows that I'm not an ego guy. Got to win, and I don't care at any cost. You got to win. So Moji's cruising along. Hey man,
Yep.
got to do it. But if I have to hit for him or whatever, if we happen to get into one of those games or it's a back and forth game, you know, then we got to piece things together and do what we got to do. If I look at the tournament and the breakdown, and I talk to Moji all the time, I'll call him in the mornings and we'll figure out. And then sometimes he'll tell me, like, hey, man, this team's hit me hard a few times. Why don't you give it a try?
Mhm.
So we communicate real well. And that's where I think where friendships come in. Because he's my friend first, and teammate. And even before he was with Flash, we always used to talk. Even when he was with the other teams, we always used to talk. And we used to run things past each other. So it just carried on to now.
Do
And,
you still call him on a Monday morning after you guys have won a tournament? And what are those conversations like?
no, I
Early
don't
mo-
talk. I don't talk to him. I don't pick up the phone. He usually tries to call me, and I don't pick up the phone. Probably till
Yeah.
about Wednesday. Probably till about
Yeah,
Wednesday.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Wednesday's about right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he gets polluted. It takes a good 48 hours. A good 48 hours to run it through a system.
Polluted.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
So
That sounds right. Good
yeah.
answer.
That's spot on for Moji. I ain't gonna
Good
lie.
answer.
Yeah.
So my question, Jibbs, let's talk about let's get away from Flash a little bit. Let's talk about softball as a whole. You've been around the game a long time. We touched a little bit on earlier off air, but one of the things I wanted to ask you is what currently right now in softball kind of bothers you about the current state of the game?
Bothers me. Well, obviously, it's the number one thing is everyone says commitment. But like I said, it is what it is. You have to evolve, and you know what's going on. Like going into this year, I already know what's going on, and that's not even just with my team, but just with softball in general.
Right.
But the bothering of I is there's not really many rivalries. There's not that hardcore rivalry like we used to have. Like we used to play the Jinx and Washington Park teams. Man, we used to talk some shit, man, and go at it.
Yeah.
Iowa guys, man, we used to just, and obviously the 45s, we've been going at it since forever.
Yeah.
And then there's not that no more. Like even when we were playing league play, say there was a big tournament coming up, and we saw the draw, and then say like Wednesday we were playing the 45s the day before the tournament started. That's like a message game. Both teams wanted to get the upper hand mentally. Both teams wanted to go at it and be like, all right, this is what we're going to step into because we're going to run each other on Saturday and Sunday. So let's get it on Wednesday and let's take it. Now it's not like that. Now it's like, yeah, we got a game against the 45s, let's go. And half my team ain't there. And then Izzy's missing 3 of his guys. And it's like, all right, well, let's just play, get through the motions. And hey, guys, see you later.
Yeah.
It's not that. Uh, let's hit it. Let's go at it. And
Right.
so that's one of the things. That's one of the things. League play is really dead. To me, it seems.
Yeah, I think league play can easily need a bolt of energy. It needs to change something, right? I mean, everything we do in league play is really the same shit, and it just kind of gets old over time. I know there's been ideas kicked around about a super league and ideas about other ways to go about playing league play that maybe would be exciting and make guys want to show up more to league play. I mean, there's still some decent money to be made in league play. And let's face it, I mean, I know when, back in the day, league play was kind of just as important as the tournaments at some points.
Oh,
But
it's huge.
that was, yeah, I mean, it's fell off tremendously over time. And I just don't know, Donnie, I know you got another question to ask him, but before we get there, like, what do you think, Donnie, as this, I'm gonna kick it over to you really quick. As a young guy, why do you think league play isn't as important maybe to some of these younger guys that are starting out in the game today?
Probably because we play the same team so often, right? I mean, for example, we could play Flash on a Monday at Forest Park and a Tuesday in Melrose and then a Thursday in North South, right? It's play the same teams three days in the same week. I mean, sure. I mean, that it's great to play guys like that, but you want the variety of it, right? You're playing the same guys all the time, I think. So, and there's really nothing that can be avoided with that. Those are the teams that are in the league. Those are the teams that are the major teams. And there could be, a slight drop off in the amount of major teams. So that's why that happens, right? So it's just, I don't think it's as serious because if you lose on Monday to a team, you have a chance to beat them again on Tuesday and on Friday and then Saturday in a tournament. There isn't that drive to beat them every single time because you could see them in 48 hours, right? If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Jibbs, what's your thought?
Yeah, that's the main reason. Because even back in the day, we used to play him on Prospect. Like the first couple rounds, he would have like three or four different A, B, C divisions, and then you would play everybody. Even the 8 teams are, but now there's not that many to pick from or choose from anymore.
Right.
Now you're looking at Forest Park's got what now? 12 teams or 14 teams? You play everybody once.
Yep.
And then you get into So that's it. 12 games. You play everybody once, and then you start that little playoff bracket thing.
Yep.
So if you wind up having a bad night of attendance, or you happen to have a doubleheader that night, I think we lost one game at Forest Park last year, and I think the 45s might have went undefeated, and we came in second in the league, going 13-1 or whatever it was. So if you lose a doubleheader, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. Great point. Donnie, what do you got for my guy Jibbs?
So Jimmy DeFalco, this is going to be random. Jimmy DeFalco in the comments. I know that might be your guy. He put a comment, and I think it was when you were going through the teams that you played for. And one of the teams was called the Skulls, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, the Skulls, yeah.
Fun fact, I believe my dad was on that team when you were on that team.
Yes, he was.
He always talked about winning the Miller High Life tournament with you guys.
Yeah.
And that was like his shining moment in softball.
Mine
right?
too.
He bragged about it forever, and he probably still would if he could. But that was the shining moment. Talk about like the real early days of winning tournaments and how difficult it was. I know it's hard to win tournaments now, but the qualifiers and the amount of games you had to play. Talk about that, throwing it back to those days for me.
Well, back then, like Skulls, Baseballs, we weren't no top team. We were like a middle of the road team. So if we would make it even into like the Final Four or whatever, it was like a great accomplishment. And back then there was so many teams. I mean, even your mid-major and your A, like back then, Trojans, Lemonheads, they were like your top A teams, and they were really good teams. Where now we don't really have that. So when you played in those tournaments back then, that's how you played against the those great teams, though. I mean, some of those teams were, just stacked. I mean, you had, just loaded those top
Yeah.
8 teams. I mean, then you had another really good 8 after that, and it was just difficult. And like if you take a picture of like the Forest Park tournaments back in the day, and you look at the list of the 24 teams, and I don't want to knock no teams at all. Like I said, I try to be classy as I can. I respect everything that everybody's got going on. But now, if you look at the list of 24 teams now compared to back then, I mean, it's not even close.
So the gap
Yeah.
between the 8 teams and the major teams was a lot closer, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and the depth. Like
Yes.
right now, these 24 teams, those last 22 to 25 teams will get those playing games or whatnot.
Yeah.
They would have been like maybe 70th back in the day, because there was some really good 8 teams that didn't get invited to Forest Park.
Understood.
And then you had really good players back then. So some of the top teams would be like, hey, we're picking up this guy from this team. They didn't make it. And then they would go in with a different lineup, and made their team even a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's great. I love hearing it. But that's awesome to hear about those old teams and how it kind of compares to now. But Jimmy, back to you. What do you got?
So we got a comment from JP. He says, "Hey, Jibbs has no problem figuring out the horse apps." I guess he was talking about your figuring out of getting on the show. We had one of the older guys from Flash back in the day, is our boy Jake Olson. Says, "Hey, Jibber." So
yeah, my boy Snake,
yeah,
my man.
Yeah.
He's one of our sponsors. He's a great guy, great friend, great teammate back then. We had a good time with him. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, a lot of fun. Jake is Jake's a funny dude, man, for sure.
Yeah, he is. He's a character, especially if he gets a couple pops in him.
Oh yeah,
he gets
he gets
he's a
rolling.
character.
So we're at the point right now where we call it our rapid fire. What I could do, Jibbs, here is I give you 10 names. Tonight you got 12 though, just so you know. I made a little twist. Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
And the rapid fire. So
He was really excited about this list, Jibbs, by the way. Last week he called me and was like, fucking Jibbs didn't make it on the show. I had all these people lined up. He screwed me. And I was like, Jimmy, he'll be on next week.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's not that good, but we'll settle for what we got, all right?
All right,
So
let's see. Let's give it a shot here.
Number 12 is Donald Trump.
My man. I was up all night. Watching. Yeah, I got to get up for work at like 4:30 in the morning, and I didn't care.
I was
straight
glued.
through. Oh yeah, watched all the speeches and watched all the results come in, and my 3-hour nap I took. I was a very happy man.
All right, so number 11, Mr. Mike Meyer.
Michael Meyer. He's my what do you call that? You got that all-purpose knife? What's that?
Like a Swiss Army knife.
Yes, he's my Swiss Army knife. Yep. You ask that guy to do anything, play right, play second, do this. Hey, Mike, I need you to run through that wall right now. He would ask me, okay. He just nods and nods and smiles. Say, okay, Jibbs, I'll do that. He's the best. Yeah,
and he does everything very well.
Everything very well. You guys gonna do something? And don't say a word. He just look at me.
Go.
I say, Mike, I hate to do this to you, but I need you to write for nods. Okay, I got you.
And he just does it outstanding.
Yeah, Mike, I need you to step in. I need you to play first. Yep. Okay, no problem.
He's been one of the most underrated players I've said in softball for the last 10 years.
Agreed.
Yeah, and he just and you know what's funny? If I go and say recruit someone or someone comes to our team, he's like everyone's first call. Be like, oh, Jibbs is trying to replace you, and you should come to our team. And Jibbs got this other guy. Where are you gonna play? And Mike will call me and be like, don't worry about it. I'm not going nowhere. I'm your guy. Don't worry. I'm like, all right, Mike, don't worry. Everything. He's like, yep, I got you.
Yep.
So,
he always seems to
And
play.
every year he finds a way in that lineup.
every time. He's a baller, man. He's a baller. I just got to keep him healthy. He gets a little fragile on me a little bit sometimes. He gets a little broken pinky or whatever, and he's out 2
He
months.
was hurt.
So, yeah, so I gotta get him some tape and something. I gotta get something going on with him. Anytime he dives, I cringe.
So number 10, this gentleman moved down our list. I normally have him in the top 3, but tonight I moved him down to number 10, and that's your boy Gio.
Wow, 10.
Wow, 10.
Yeah, great reaction.
Wow. That's good, Jimmy. You're making progress. I'm happy for you. Maybe next week he'll be 13. He'll be out there. Gio is great dude. Very stubborn. Very opinionated. But deep down, as a friend, I could call him right now, and he would do anything for me.
Yeah.
But as a friend, he won't answer. He's probably in bed right now. He's counting his money.
Hey, no one's ever called Gio during rapid fire.
Incredible.
Jibbs, you could be the first one, Jibbs.
What a moment that would be.
He won't pick up. He might be doing the dome tonight.
He was there last night.
Pick up that flip phone, Jibbs. Let's call Gio live on the air.
You know what? I don't want to use it because I don't want to disconnect anything. So I'm not touching. I'm not touching nothing electronic right now. I got this thing perfectly propped. I'm not doing nothing. But Gio is. I can say this because he's my friend. I wouldn't say anything, but he's. I tell him to his face. So, I mean, we I don't say we argue, but we disagree on a lot of things that we talk about. But then at the end of the day, he has his opinions, I have mine. But he's a good dude. He's a good dude for softball.
Yeah.
What he does is his own time. You ain't gonna find nobody. Nobody is gonna do what he does and what he's doing. And he's not stopping. He's always trying to come up with something different, some kind of wrinkle. He's always trying to, because he'll call me, hey, well, Jibbs, what do you think if I did this? And I'm just like, Gio, just simplify things. Just make things simple, Yeah. And what he's got going, he puts in a lot of time.
He sure does. We always say that he puts a lot of time in, and you're not going to find another guy that's going to go field to field to live stream softball. So
not even close.
Yeah,
nope.
That's true.
So number 9 is a gentleman who came to your team last year. I know he's going to probably love the fact that he made rapid fire because he gets to hear us talk about him, and that's Mike Mans.
Oh, my workout buddy. Yeah, I didn't see him at the gym this morning. I was there and I didn't see him.
No.
No. Mike's a good dude. We were friends for a while now, and he's always played on different teams. And I always talked about. He's like, man, I got to play with you before you retire. He's like, I got to play with you, and so we finally got a chance. And I think he had fun. He played great for us. I'll tell you that. He played great. Shows up every night, lays it on the line. He's a character. He's different, but he's a good dude, man. And he plays with me in all my side stuff with the Moist and all the travel teams now. Now he plays with the March guys.
Yeah.
And he goes on trips, and we spend a lot of time together. And he's a great dude.
So number 8 is our boy Wags, somebody who I miss dearly. That we don't get to see out the field often, but Wags, number 8.
Wags, we go back a lot of years with the original Flash, and he's I love him. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I love him. He's been with me a long time, and a lot of great stories and memories.
Oh yeah.
And another guy, loves the game. Loves, he streams it with this Geo thing, and he'll text me and Shane and Bobby in the dugout during the game, like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? How come you're not doing this?" And I'm like, "Wait, shut the fuck up."
He is watching right now, by the way. He always
Yo, no
tells
doubt.
he
I'll
is
yell at
wa-
him at you. Yeah, I'll
and
text
he's
him.
yeah.
And I'll text him, "Wait, shut the fuck up."
And Wags here, every week he comes on our show and he always puts Wags is watching.
Is watching.
Throw a shout out to our boy Wags, all right?
Yep.
So next, the next gentleman on the list, number 7 is your boy Dags. So Dags, I know you and Dags have always been somewhat close over the years. So number 7 is Dags.
Dags, another guy, great guy. The lazy Asian. He's but he always got that. He's always got that. I don't care, that. But deep down, you get him fired up. I get him going. I push his buttons. I get that lazy Asian running. Yeah, I get that lazy Asian going.
That's funny.
That is good. So number 6. Number 6 is a guy who's actually commented a couple times tonight. I know you've played on some teams with him in the past, and that's Jimmy DeFalco.
Jimmy DeFalco, man, great times. Great times. Back when we were young, man, and we used to his dad was with the Cicero Police. We used to go. They would play in the Cicero League, and Jimmy lived right down the street. And we used to go grab our drinks and go sit in the back by his pool. And man, we used to have a good time. Mom would cook for us. It would be like 10 at night. We would put some pasta on and sausage, and it's great times. Great guy, great family. We go back a long way.
So number 5 is someone that I was going to put a little higher, but then I thought of the 4 guys ahead of him, and I'm like, number 5 is a good spot because it's someone who doesn't really play softball anymore, someone who we've tried to get to play softball, and that's Ralphie Lawrence, number 5.
Ralphie, we go back a long way. He's one of the guys, one of the original guys I started playing with back in the Cicero Berwyn. We're on the Gillies team together. And then we were on Flashton for I don't know how many years, a lot of years. And him too, like I told you, with the kids. Now with Luke playing, Luke was just a baby, man. Luke was just a baby in the fields.
Yeah.
Anne Marie in the strollers and stuff. And now he's a grown man playing out in Kentucky, and very proud of Ralph and his family and the daughters. And Ralphie's a good dude, man. Ralphie played some ball, man. He hard-nosed player, was there every night. Never missed. He only started missing when his kids started doing travel ball and stuff like that. But other than that, he never missed. He played through injuries, and great guy, great friend,
and great teammate. I could honestly say that.
Great teammate.
Ralphie for 3 years, he's a tremendous teammate. So number 4, I call him the Northside Hillbilly. He likes to shower in ponds, hang out with his Italian friends, and that's Nicky Marchese, number 4.
Nicky, my guy, Nicky.
He's the best.
He lives a few blocks away from me. He actually wound up driving me home from the Hall of Fame. So I actually saw him 2 weeks in a row. Sometimes I go months without seeing him, and then I saw him at the Hall of Fame, and then I saw him at Keith's daughter's fundraiser last week. So I got to see him 2 weeks in a row. Lucky Nicky. He's another guy. Great hard-nosed player. Great defensively. And for us, I guess I don't know what he did back in the day before he joined us, but for us, he had big hits, man. He had some really big hits for us. Another guy, hard player, a lot of innings out there, man. You play center field. You play center field out there for the whole weekend and league play, and He was working for the city, and then it was a lot of miles on those legs and that arm. Great player though, great
Is he in
friend.
the Hall of Fame yet?
Yeah, he got in a couple years ago.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because he
yeah,
definitely deserves to be in.
he got in a couple
So-
years ago. We all got a table, and he didn't show up. I'll throw that one out there too. We got him a plaque. I bought him a plaque, everything, and we're all sitting there. He's like, "Oh, I ain't coming." I was like, "What do you mean I'm coming?" Yeah, you could bust his balls about that.
I will when I see him for sure. So, Donnie, we're at the top 3. I know you want to get the comments out there.
Yeah, not a ton of comments so far. Billy Kavanaugh said 39 and over team, probably talking to Jibbs about playing a Genera. Ron Kubicki says, say hello to my buddy Jibbs. We never lose. So a shout out from Ron Kubicki. And he said, Bill Kavanaugh said Nicky had to work and he couldn't be there.
Yeah, always work. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Not a ton of comments. So we appreciate you guys. If you have any questions for us or Jibbs, please feel free to put them in the comments and we'll get to them as we can. But Jimmy, roll right along with the last 3.
Yeah. So as we get into the top 3 here, number 3 is somebody that I was fortunate enough I got to play for, I think for a year or two, towards the end there of his career or in his life, and that's Russ Sr. That's Bobby Russ Sr.'s his father, obviously, and he was always someone that was crazy. But I wanted to get someone like yourself who was around him a long time. I just felt like he had to be in the top 3 just because of the fact that he was just always around Bobby, around, Randy. And so Bobby Russ Sr.
Great man. Great man. I learned a lot from him in the short time because I had him later in my career. But actually playing against him was a trip. First, that's even better because we used to go at it across the field from dugout to dugout. And then after that, but he's the type of guy you go at it, and he'll try to get in your head and take you off your game. And then after the game, he would come over, shake my hand, give me a hug, and say, "I love you. I love you. I had to needle you. I tried to get." And he always used to tell me, "One day we're gonna play together. One day we're gonna be on the same team." And then it wound up coming that he wound up coaching us down the road, and I learned a lot from him. Learned a lot from him. More from not so much the X's and O's, but the mental part of the game and the mental toughness. And then me and him would talk a lot, like after the games, and he would tell me that he was a very loyal guy. So a lot of guys who play with him, he was loyal to them, even if they weren't playing well, even if they were going through a rough patch or not hitting. And he would tell me that loss is on me. I'm too loyal. I should have done this sometimes. And so I learned a lot from that. As I started to take on Flash, I learned a lot from stuff like that. But great guy, and man, some stories of him too. What a character! What a character! Talk about loving to play and talk shit.
Oh yeah.
God. Oh,
that's why he was my guy, man. I loved him.
Yeah. Great guy to play for.
So number 2, I call him Hoop Earring. I call him the guy who every time you call him with an opinion or something, he's like, I already thought of that. I already thought of that years ago. Don't you think we would have thought of that? He's always smarter than everyone else in the room. And that's your boy, Anthony Tyler.
Yep, he's the smartest. He's that's it. The smartest, the best. You name it, he's number 1. That's why he's number 1, right?
Yeah. No, he's number 2. Number 1 is we're getting there. But,
no, I mean the number on his back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm always number 1. That's why I always said it.
Yeah.
But he's a trip. The stories he says, we laugh, and he don't drink.
That's what amazes me.
Yeah.
The shit that comes out of his mouth and he doesn't drink, that's what amazes me.
Yeah, everybody say, well, then some people pull me over, they'll be like, he doesn't drink. Why is he an ex-alcoholic? I'm like, no, he just doesn't drink. He doesn't like the smell of it and the taste of it. He
Yeah.
doesn't,
Yeah.
you know. But no, he's a good dude. He when Flash was going through a rough patch in the transition, uh, uh, he stepped up, and we kept things going. And he was my right hand man for a lot of years, man. And man, I still talk to him. I still talk to him almost every day. I talk to him all the time to this day, even though we don't play together. And him too. I knew Franny actually before he was with her, because I used to hang out with the Gambler guys with Gino and Greco and them, and she was always from the neighborhood. So I actually knew Franny before Tyler. He was with the Red Dog. He was with Red Dog then, and we used to make fun of him with his little cutout sleeves and his little hearing, and it was this little queer, you know. And then and then we wound up playing together. And so yeah, me and Franny always bust his balls.
Good shit. Number one, our boy, I call him Wags back in the day. This is your right-hand man now. This is Bobby Rush Jr., which, in my opinion, is one of the funniest guys in softball.
He's great.
He's definitely not the best looking, as he says, but we'll
Brad Pitt
for another. We'll second that for another day. But
yeah.
Bobby Rush Jr.
Yeah, he always says he's Brad Pitt and Johnny Holmes. So
Yeah.
He's another guy, another character. Got a story for everything. He's got an answer for everything, a one-liner for everything. But if he wasn't around me right now, and especially the last few years, him and Shane, I probably would be out of the game. But with Bobby and Shane, they keep me going, and with Bobby and his boys playing with us, they keep me going. And me and Bobby talk every day, and every day he'll call me, especially during the season. Cause I'm up for work early, so I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and Bobby will call me at about 8:30. Hey, how we looking tonight? I don't look at the list. I'm like, well, we got 7 ins and 9 outs, so we gotta find 3 guys in about the next 3 hours, just to fill the team tonight. And I could hear something slam again. I'm like, yeah, again. And he's the best. He's one of my best friends. Him and Tyler, great guy. Like I said, having William grow up and Ryan grow up, and Lucy, and having the kids grow up, and we've been through a lot together.
Beautiful. Well, that is the end of my rapid fire. I thought I put a pretty good list together.
Well done.
You know, it was more of a heartwarming list tonight rather than a list that we talk shit about, Donnie. I know you like when that we talk shit about, but knowing Jibbs as long as I've known Jibbs, you know, and being teammates with him for some time, from some years and so on, I just knew that some of the list guys that we brought up, I thought would be just kind of cool and awesome to mention. And I think it was a well put together list. So Jibbs, thank you for going through that list. And I think that was very good. So Donnie,
I'm honored. I'm honored I got 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time ever, you had 12 people.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. Thank you.
So Donnie, over to you, Donnie.
You know, I only had one more thing, and you know, I get the opportunity to play against your team quite a bit, and you know, we see you, like I was talking about earlier. It feels like 3 times a week we get to play you guys. And what is your, you know, coming off 2 straight no gloves? What's the expectation for next year with, you know, all the rumors of guys not playing, guys not coming back, new guys being added? How similar is the team, and what's the outlook for next year?
Well, from me personally, ever since I ever started playing, anytime I leave my house, I want to win.
You're correct.
You know, any time.
Yep.
Some guys, not so much my flash team, but some guys just in softball in general. All they care about is Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they talk about. This no glove. No one cares about Westchester. Nobody cares. All I want to do is win no gloves. That's all they talk about. It's one of my pet peeves. I tell our guys, want to win, obviously league. I want to win all the tournaments. We win no glove. It's the icing on the cake. So our expectations are high. I don't want us to come in the off season kind of lazy or cocky or thinking that we're God's gift to softball. Got to work at it. It's a craft. Not only that, you got to take it personally. You should want to be the best player in the park. You should want to be the best player on your team.
Yep.
When you're at a tournament, you should want to be the best at that position. You should want to be. So you should challenge yourself internally, and not really worry about trophies and All American and MVP. Don't worry about that shit. That shit will come.
Yep.
Take it personally, and when you go up to a bat, don't throw away at bats. When you have a move a runner, move runners. That's winning softball. That's winning softball. I don't really care. Guys tell me, not flash guys, but guys tell me their stats and tell me their resume. And I just move a runner. I didn't want to hit out of you. You could come up second and third 4 times. You hit a ground ball to second base. You're technically probably 0 for 4. I don't care. You did your job. Just winning softball. So I just try to repeat that to these guys and try not to get on them. It's not my style. I don't harp. I don't yell. I don't do that shit. Play ball. After the game, I'll talk. After the game, I'll talk to you. Put you over the side. Be like, hey, you realize you got to do this in the situation? Yeah, okay. Well, next time, just try to execute. Because there's a difference of not executing. Because if you're trying to do the right thing, sometimes you hit a line drive, you hit it too meaty. It's not. You just didn't execute. But if you got second and third and you're hitting the ball down the third base line, then that's just like, all right, that's not right. So I just as far as the flash, that's all. We got all our pieces in place. We added PJ Raines, which is going to be a great addition.
Yep.
Good kid,
Yep.
talented kid, great friends with his father. And he's an everyday player.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gonna find a young kid like that who's gonna make every game and gonna play any position.
And want to be there.
Yeah, want to be there, want to be with the guys. He loves to play. So grabbing him was a no-brainer. Obviously, Big PD, we go back a long way, so it's a perfect fit. So excited about that. Excited for him, and yeah, we should be okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
We got some depth. Yeah, we got some depth. And like I said, I got some, like PJ, if I have to throw him in the infield, he could play a little infield. If I have to throw Justin, Mike Meyer, he does numerous things. But when you get a guy like Pish and Iggy, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay me a short, and Iggy will be like, I could go to second. And Pish is like, well, it's okay. I'll go here. They'll that's leadership, and that's not selfish softball.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's great. And Jibbs, I'm kind of disappointed. I was a free agent this year, and I didn't get a phone call from you. So, but that's okay.
I didn't even know you were a free agent.
Hey, you wouldn't have called him anyway.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
no, he would have been my number one.
Yeah.
No,
Then I could have got rid of JP. You could have kept the book. Hey, Wax could have yelled at you.
We could have brought some brains to the squad. See. So, all right, Jim, so this is the final question, my man. The question I ask for every guest that comes on the show. It's become kind of a staple, a little bit of our show, and the question is basically, if you had one thing to change in softball today to make it better or to improve the game, what would it be? Or what would you do?
Oh, jeez. You know what? Really don't know.
Never had that answer before.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm a simple guy. It, some of the tournaments I know people talk about are too long, Thursday, 4 day, whatever.
There we go.
But if
There
you,
it is.
but if you think about it, the SSA, I think they only run what, 3 tournaments
We only play 5.
as far as the major. I know they
Yeah,
do other stuff.
they run three
So
fifths of our tournaments.
yeah, so there's plenty of weeks to do weekends. You don't need the SSA to run a tournament.
No, no,
You could
we don't.
yeah. So like you, Jimmy, if you wanted to run one and do a single limb, you
We
could
have
use
to
the
get
SSA
major.
on.
We have to do it with
Yeah,
major teams, not with thrown together teams. You know what I'm saying? We want to
right.
do it.
No, roster
Yeah,
team, single limb,
yep,
and then have it at a Mount Greenwood, have it at a Kennedy, have it at Hiawatha. Um,
right.
uh, do something like that and make the entrance
Or
fee
even that
low.
Brooks, right? That Brooks up north is pretty popular. I heard, right?
Yeah, Brooks up north and the Hiawatha where Iggy has his.
Yep,
That's a
Nice.
good one.
Nice.
That's got 4 diamonds.
Yep.
Kennedy's got good parks, and if you want to filter it in where the good lights are, you could filter it down to those 2 main diamonds.
yep,
Um,
yeah,
um, Something like that. So it doesn't have to be like a big production. Even if you got 14 teams,
yep,
you don't need 24 teams and 30 teams. All you need
right.
is 14, 16 solid teams that want to play. You get eliminated, you get a couple cases of beer, and
You hang out and watch.
something like that. Like back in the day, the old Hawthorne tournament. Remember the old Hawthorne tournament in
Yep,
Cicero? That was
yes,
a
right
great
off Ogden.
tournament. Yeah, yeah, that was a great tournament, and that was that was run well. So something like that'll be fine. It always had
Yeah,
crowds. That was a good one.
I
I also think that your especially nationals. I think some teams should be seeded.
yeah,
Mhm.
Because what's the best tournament? Forest Park, right? And it's seeded. So
Yep.
there's always going to be those good teams and good brackets. So there's always going to be good matchups, and people are going to want to watch. That's why Forest Park is so popular. There's always good games going on, and Kennedy
right,
is the Papa Hops is so popular because there's always action. There's never a break and like, oh, we got to wait an hour for a game. You go to this diamond, these groups of teams are playing. You want to go over to this diamond. There's always action at Papa Hops.
right.
Non-stop softball for 6-7 hours of
Yeah.
great games. And so there's always things to watch. Uh, but yeah, I think nationals. I think some teams should be seeded.
Good.
I think that'll help. You could either seed them from the year before, or you could use league play and tournament play for their seeding at the end of the year. So that way
Well,
maybe they
I
would
mean,
want maybe they,
use Geo's point system that no one can understand. Use that, right? I mean, that's something that we could use. At least we put it to use, and then come nationals, they could use that point system that he does for the. I think it's for is it SSA or what do they call it? They got a name for it. What is the stat thing that he
The
calls?
summer series.
Summer series. Doesn't he do some
oh
point system in the summer series?
yeah, he
Isn't
does
it?
something like that for those tournaments. Something like that. If you want to use league play, you want to make league play mean something, maybe you
Yeah.
can do
Yeah,
something that way.
There
you
you
could
go.
add it in. No, that's a good point. I mean, and you know, JP says when you win a tournament in the season, you get seeded similar to the new college football playoffs, and winning a conference. That could be a possibility too. Win a tournament, you get seeded for nationals. Makes a lot of sense, right? But to bring
Something.
some, yeah,
And you know what? Try 1 year. It doesn't work out, and next year don't do
Right.
it. It's no
Yeah,
big
that's what we
right,
deal.
talked about that a few episodes ago with Chris Guerin. We talked about different types of tournaments. Just try it once. If it doesn't work, you never have to do it again. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
Different
no
types of
doubt.
things.
And then
Sam
even
Rock.
back, even back when we were talking about the other tournaments,
Yeah.
like we know the Melrose one is obviously in Melrose. You know the Westchester one is obviously in West. You
Right.
already know the dates. So
Right.
it's like over and over, everything's repeated. So that's why I was telling you, Jimmy, if you want to throw something together,
Yeah.
you could get Mount Greenwood. Then you get more Southside teams in.
It's just hard finding a weekend. That's the key, right? Trying to find that weekend is tough because you got Memorial Day, everyone goes to Yuma, like most of the major guys. Then you have the weekend after, some of us major guys go to Iowa. Then, then the weekend after that's North South.
Yeah.
Then the weekend after that is or you got a break, then it's Melrose. And then you kind of roll into July, which is holiday weekend. Then you have Papa Hops. Then after that is a break, and then you have Forest Park. So it's
I
kind of,
get it.
you know what I'm saying? May you would have to literally run it the first weekend of May in order to do it, and that's 2 weeks before the Westchester tournament. You run a 1-day single elimination, and then you're praying on weather.
Yeah, just like the one that Matty Dozen has on the south side in the beginning of the thing. I think that's great with the
He does it
tournament,
great.
the way he does it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The only obstacle he runs into is the weather because he has it so early in the year.
Right. The weather sucks. Yep.
Yeah, but his format, I really like the format.
Mm-hmm.
Single elimination. If you lose your first one's consolation. That's the way.
Yeah, and then he does the A, and then he flip flops the A in the major.
Yep.
I think that's cool because that knocks out half the field.
Yeah. You're 100% right.
There you
So,
go.
Jibbs, at this point of the show, we hand it over to you. If you have any questions for both Donnie and I, now's your time to shoot, my man. Oh, really quick before we get there, though.
Yeah.
Hold on. Sam Rogers said that they out-of-state tournament in Iowa was seeded this year, and it was a great thing. Players and teams really responded well to it. So, to your point, Jibbs, trying new stuff. People liked it. It worked. Keep it on. If they don't like it, can always go back to the way it was. So,
Yeah,
but,
just mark it up. Mark it up. It didn't work, and try something else. It's no big deal.
Yep. So
Yeah.
at this point of the show, Jibbs, we hand it over to you for questions for Donnie and I. If you have anything for us, let us know.
No, I think you guys are doing a great job. I think the more social media and the more people get to communicate to each other is a good thing. That way you could bounce ideas and thoughts through each other and through the network.
Right.
It's especially nowadays, that's how everybody communicates. So I think the social media aspect of it is great. Keep on doing what you guys doing. And then, like I said, hopefully, if you have any ideas, whatever, you guys could always call me and you want my opinion on things. I've been around a long time. I'm always willing to help. And I just want to see the game. It's a great game. It's a great game. We shouldn't overthink things. Got a lot of great people out here, and especially like I said with the Filkins fundraiser, and see everybody there's a lot of great people out here.
Right.
And you're always gonna have your outliers. It ain't gonna help that. You're always gonna have your jagoffs. You're always gonna have your fucking people ragging on certain things and this and that. You ain't gonna stop that. That's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
But simplify things, and like I said, everyone's got to work. Everyone's got families. This is recreation at a high level, and just keep it going. And it's cool,
I agree.
Well, we definitely appreciate that, Jibbs. Donnie and I's goal since we started was really, to your point, just continue to grow the game, continue to help softball where we can. Give back to what we can give back to, and so you hit it right on the head, man. So definitely appreciate your time. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you for accepting our offer to come on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I was able to get on. It only took me 8 days, but I figured it out.
Jibbs,
Thank
thank you
God.
for
Hey,
coming with us.
this is a real quick story. You guys asked me to come on Thursday night. The Breeders' Cup was the next day, Friday. I don't know what happened with my phone, but I had to reset all my passwords in my PVG. I had to reset all my shit. I was like, I was freaking out. I was like, I got to get in the bed.
I love it.
That's where JP was going with the horse apps.
Oh
That's
yeah,
respectful.
I called him freaking out. I was like, hey man, you got to help me through this process. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That's awesome.
But
So how
we
did you do
appreciate
on
you
the
very
Breeders'
much for
Cup?
coming. Oh yeah, go.
Actually, I did really well.
Good. It's a good thing.
I did really well. I had a good Friday and I had a good Saturday, and yeah, it was very, 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 very good weekend.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
I love to hear that.
Yep. So
Well,
thank you
Jibbs,
guys
once
for
again-
having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys again. And if I don't see a lot of the people out there, everybody have a great off season and a great holiday season. Everybody stay healthy, and everything's going to be all right.
Yep.
I appreciate that, Jibbs. We'll definitely we'll see you soon, my man. Thank you so much.
All right,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
You guys
Thank
take
you,
care,
man.
all right?
All right, bye.
Talk to you.
All right, my man. Well,
Jimmy.
there's our boy Jeff Hernandez, Mr. Giblets himself. So what'd you think of
Jimmy,
Jibbs?
kudos on a great rapid fire. You know, it's hard for a guy like Jibbs to just say one thing about everybody. He's kind of got some things he wants to say. It was a really nice, heartfelt rapid fire. He did a great job with it. A guy that's been around the game for a long, long time. I was pumped to hear, some of the stuff he was saying. I was really hoping he would call Gio. That would be incredible.
Gio at the Hall of Fame told Will Russ that he would do a live interview. Now, I don't know if that's a live interview with us, which I doubt, but a live interview in general. I would love for him to do a live interview with us. I think that'd be a great way to make the message for to move forward with the game, right?
Listen. You thought Resmondo brought a lot of viewers? That would be the WWE SmackDown Royal Rumble of live streams for 16-inch softball. That would break the internet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That would be definitely an incredible thing. So
I have an update for you.
Okay.
Your boys, the Hex boys, were victorious tonight in their first game against Goodwood over at the Dome.
As they should be. And what was the score?
Correct. The score was 9-1 in favor of the Hex. So good opening game for the Hex guys.
And who did they play? Goodwood?
Goodwood, yeah. Up and coming A team. They're going to be one of the better A teams for sure. Picked up some guys in the offseason, but a good team regardless. So Hex must have played pretty good to only let up one run against those guys in the Dome. Pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's for sure. A great sign for them early on. Hopefully that rolls over throughout the year for sure. So,
yeah.
At this point of the show, we get to Rumor Mill.
Yep.
And my understanding is we have a couple rumors.
Yep.
So I'm going to start out with I think that is a pretty good one, which is a funny one. And I actually have a picture to go with it to prove my rumor mill. You have any idea who I'm thinking of?
A picture to go along with it?
A picture, yes.
Really quick, before you get into that, Jibbs texted me just now and said, Hex won, they finally found a pitcher.
Yes. Thanks, Jibbs. Appreciate that, buddy.
Go on and show the picture of the person on the rumor mill. Oh.
Who?
You want to explain who that is?
So, who do you think that is? But
I'm going to let
tell you this. He's got an Iron shirt on.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh. He doesn't live close. He lives far away.
He lives far away.
Yeah.
But he has an Iron shirt on. He's got his head down. He saw the photograph person taking this picture.
The paparazzi.
And instantly put his head down.
Hey, this is cool. I will let the viewers know who it is if you want me to.
Please do.
That is our guy Sam Rogers, who plays for the Iowa.
Yes.
Done.
Leaving Hall of Fame and joining Iron.
Done with Hall of Fame. Big pickup for Iron. Nice player.
Hey, the proof's right there in the pudding.
Proof's right in front of us.
Iron shirt on at the gym. I mean, what do you think, Donnie? Is that a nice pickup for? You're not happy with this move, are you? You wanted him to go to.
No, I'm saying great pickup for Iron. I like Sam. I think he's a nice player and a good human being, and that's what Iron's all about. good human beings. And this is a great pickup for Ryan.
Not a bad thing, right?
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know if that's Sam Rogers or not, but it definitely looks like it.
I think it is.
I mean, those forearms look a little too small to be Sam Rogers.
See if he's commenting. No comments yet from anyone from Iowa. I'm sure they'll be coming in though.
So go on to your next one, sir.
I've got so we played against Fat Kids last night, and it was kind of up in the air as to who they were going to pick up, but they had two new guys out there who are kind of solidified on the team. Macho Soto played with Goodwood last year, shortstop for them, is now going to play for Fat Kids. A nice player, lefty hitter, shortstop, good player. And then they have a kid named Scott Gates, who they picked up in this offseason, who's going to play outfield for them and lead off. So they picked up a new coach for Fat Kids.
For Fat Kids.
So Fat Kids picked up two kids to play shortstop and center field now that they're transitioning into the major level. Or maybe shortstop left field because Brandon plays a little center. He's a good player. But last night Scott played center for those guys. He's a dog. He's a good player. So a couple pickups for Fat Kids on that end to try to transition them into the major level this year. They got to be competitive. They're picking up new guys, which is good. So I think they'll be a decent team.
Right. So I also heard another rumor that Ross DeLute leaving the banquet squad and moving over to Players Inc.
Big time pickup for Inc.
That is official. That is not a rumor. That is official.
Inc. also picked up Billy Steiner in this offseason.
Who?
Billy Steiner.
Oh, good old Billy. I like that. That's a good move.
There you go. I was golfing with Billy, and he mentioned it to me.
Wow. Okay. I like that. That's nice. So
Pizza Joy is going to be really happy about that.
Big shouts out. I don't appreciate Jibbs' text. You know that, right? I'm gonna have to call Jibbs out.
I know you're probably pissed off about that. I have one more rumor for you, Jimbo.
Which
Who
one?
are you calling?
I'm calling Jibbs.
Okay.
I'm calling Jibbs. What's this shit you saying? Hex finally got a pitcher. We're live online too. What's the matter with you? One run in a small dome. Yeah. Well, when you play the blind, that's what happens. All right.
Hey, Goodwood's gonna be a good team.
Man, I'll talk to you. I'm live on the air. I said I'd call you to make fun of you, but
no, Bruce makes a good point. That we said we got a good team, missing 4 starters yesterday. Chulo, Koto's a good player too. Brandon and Pekka's good hitter. Like I said, they're going to be a good team. They have to get better to play at the major level.
I'll tell you this, and no disrespect to, really quick, no disrespect to Hex or Goodwood. I was just having fun with Jibbs, so I don't want to get 47 calls tonight about that. But so Bruce, getting over to Bruce's point, Pekkas has been a star for them as the last couple of years offensively. He's been actually hitting the ball. Every time I see the kid, he's hitting gaps too. He doesn't just hit singles.
Yeah, he's more.
Chulo was a big, strong kid. I think he won the MVP of the A National, correct?
Correct.
So no wonder why you guys won last night. They were missing all these players. That makes more sense.
Nah, that's not true. Go back and watch the stream. The pitcher for Signature got a couple hits last night.
Oh, did you ask for the game ball?
Yes, and I have it. I have it right behind me.
Is it behind you?
Yeah, I got it. Last rumor, Jim.
Go ahead.
It's official. He played with us last night. Chad Hook is officially on Signature.
Man, I knew that for like 2 months.
I've known it for 4 or 6 weeks, and I just couldn't say it. But I just want to let you know that I was hiding it from you on purpose.
I knew that 2 months ago, my bad. I told you. I was the one that told you that.
No, I had to keep it away.
Yeah.
I had direct orders.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. But I'll tell you this, Bruce Lee, we've had Bruce on as a guest, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Before, right? Okay.
Yes.
So Bruce has a really good intake on a lot of softball knowledge as well. So
yeah,
it'd be cool to probably have Bruce on in a quick little segment about something that we're going to create here in the future about softball. So for next week's show, Donnie, my goal is to have the 12-inch teams on the show. So tomorrow I am going to be reaching out to all those 12-inch teams about next week, about the show. I want to do a panel, try to get at least 4 coaches, possibly 6 coaches, myself and you. So there'll be 8 people on the screen. If I get more, I get more. Great. But I think it'd be really cool to have an opportunity about talking about 16-inch softball with the major 12-inch teams now that Respondo has made the jump over. What's your thought?
Love it. I think it's a great idea. Try to get that exposure to their game a little bit more. I want to answer two comments before we call it tonight. Stephen John says Ryan Russ would be a great guest. Stephen John hasn't been watching. We've had him on the show already. And then the Joey Carbs episode, Joey Carbs went MIA when it was episode 69. He bailed.
So Joey Carbs shit his pants and went into hiding on us. So, which was crazy. But Moji put out a great comment right now.
That is a good comment.
Moji's saying that Stephen John would be even a better guest to get the fan reactions. So
that would be a good time.
And he's very knowledgeable. It almost would be like having the Birdman on. The most watched video in softball history, the Birdman.
2 of them.
He's got over 1 million views between 2 videos. 1 million, not
the Birdman.
1 million. The Birdman.
I know. It's incredible.
And when I say pull, he usually goes the Birdman. So
the bird.
Which is awesome. But Donnie, once again, thank you for another great episode.
It's good.
I'm going to leave you with this, and we're going to get a kick out of this because I'm going to ask Richie tomorrow. How many times do you think Richie made a comment tonight? Moretti wouldn't have done that. Moretti wouldn't have done that. Moretti wouldn't have done that.
So they played 7 innings. He probably said that about 12 times.
Okay. I'm going to ask him. He's, because he made fun of me the whole damn night. Who knows? Maybe he didn't say a word.
Nope. But, glad we got a new pitcher. Our old pitcher wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. We got a new one. Oh, yeah. And how many times Kurt gets a hit to lead off the game? Our old leadoff hitter wouldn't have done that.
100%. 100. Yeah. Oh, man. He probably said it more than 12 times.
It's going to be so much fun playing those guys this year. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that game.
You need to live stream that game.
That will be a wonderful game for us to stream.
Yeah. And I know that's really not our thing, but at the same time, we also been asking a ton of people, as you know, to live stream games and let us know when they want to live stream. They can utilize our page as long as they're professional, right? We don't want F-bomb this the whole time. But I think it'd be cool. I want to get the word out there. If they want to go live, we've had several people in the last couple weeks reach out about going live. I told them 100% yes. We're about growing the game. We're about making it better, but they do have to keep it professional in regards to the comments. We don't want the F-bombs and all that stuff 24/7. One here or there, not a big deal. So, Donnie, it looks like you have another question that just came in.
Well, Donnie makes it my birthday. Mike, I've known to bail on Mike, so I'll wait till the last minute and then not show.
And who is Mike James? I don't know.
That is Michael Cadella, who runs the primetime team.
Oh, okay. And where is
Great
Michael?
guy. Great friend.
Where's his birthday party at?
Downers Grove.
Well, we're gonna invite the entire softball world. Is it a bar?
I think he's trying to keep it small.
Is it at a bar?
No, I have no idea. I got the details today. He said maybe having a party on Saturday. So there you go.
Okay. So our boy Steven John, your background.
If it starts at 7, I will wait till about 6:15, and I will say I will not be there.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Well,
Jim.
There.
Good night, amigo.
Donnie, it's another successful show. We did under an hour and a half, so definitely I know it's a little longer than we'd like, but hey, we're getting shorter, we're getting better, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all the support and the fans. We had over 55 viewers pretty much the whole night watching, so thank you guys watching live. What are you laughing about?
See you later. That's just funny. These are just funny comments. I love it.
All right, man.
Good night.
Enjoy. I'll see you next. Oh, what night are we gonna go live next week? Because we got to
We
work
play-
around your.
We play Tuesday.
All right, so we're gonna go live probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Probably Wednesday night. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much, and appreciate all the support. Thank you.